In Unit 7, Learning Set 2, we're going to cover how to read a floor plan. And our objectives are to compute the perimeter and the area of a polygon, compute areas of irregular regions, and compute volumes of rectangular solids. So the first thing we're going to look at is Jerry's using the floor plans for his new home to help him purchase base molding for the place where the walls meet the floor. That's that little piece of wood that runs along the bottom edge of your walls. So the plans are drawn using a scale of 1/4 inch represents 1 foot. He measures the walls on the floor plan with a ruler and finds that they total 23.5 inches. If molding costs $2.10 per foot, how much will Jerry spend on molding? So the first thing is we want to set up our proportion. And we're going to use the information from the scale of 1/4 inches to 1 foot. So our top will be the number of inches on the floor plan, and our bottom is going to be the number of feet in the actual room. So he's using a scaled drawing to figure this out. So the scale will be 1/4 inch to 1 foot. So using the scale, let's look at what information we have. So we know that they total 23.5 inches. That is our amount on the top. So 23.5 inches would go on the top of our proportion. And what we're looking for is how many feet. And that would be our X. And then we would just solve it using cross multiplication. So you would multiply the 0.25 times X and the 1 times 23.5, solve for X, and the amount that he will need in molding is 94 feet. So once we know how many feet of molding he will need, we can now take and calculate the cost using $2.10 per foot. So you just multiply the feet of 94 times $2.10. He is going to spend $197.40. So in this second plan example, we're going to look at carpeting a room. However, if you look at the drawing over here, you can see that part of this room is shaped like 1/4 of a circle, and with the lines, that shows us that it's wooden flooring. Okay, it is not carpeted. So we're going to have to take that into account when we figure out how much carpeting we actually need. So the easiest way to do this is to first calculate what is the area of the entire rectangle. And our measurements for length and width are given right here, 25 feet times 16 feet. So remember, the area of a rectangle is length times width. So that would be 25 times 16. So the whole entire area would be 400 square feet. Now we need to account for and take out this 1/4 of a circle from the area of the living room. So first off, the area of a circle, the entire circle, is equals pi r squared. But we only have 1/4 of a circle, so we're going to rewrite our area to take only 1/4 of that entire area. And then what we would do from there is we would figure it out. So first off, remember the radius goes from the circle center to the edge of the circle. So this radius is 8 feet. And that's the only value we need for our circle formula. So we're going to plug that in, and I'm just going to use 3.14 for pi. Multiply the whole thing out. So the area of this 1/4 circle is 50.24 square feet. Now, to calculate the area that we are going to have to carpet, which would be this whole area in here, we would need to take the area of the entire rectangle and subtract the area of the quarter circle, and that means the carpeted region would be, that I have highlighted in yellow, would end up being 349.76 square feet. So the cost of carpeting is $9.55 per square foot. Okay, so generally we would round this up to 350 square feet. They're not going to cut you a partial amount of carpet. It's going to be in nice round numbers. So the cost of the carpeting is going to be that 350 square feet times $9.55. So Gabriella is going to have to pay $3,342.50 to carpet her living room. So sometimes we have what we call regular shapes. And remember that if it is a regular shape, what that means is that all sides are the same length. Okay, so that means no matter what side on this octagon, they're all 10 feet long. So they're building this gazebo in the backyard, and it's in the shape of a regular octagon, and we know an octagon has 8 sides, as it shows in our drawing. Each side of the gazebo is 10 feet, which they gave us. Then they need to purchase wood for the floor, and it costs $14 per square foot, so that's the cost for a special type of wood. Find the cost of the gazebo's floor. So the first thing we need to do is figure out the area of a regular polygon, and that's got a slightly different formula. You could look at this and say this is a right triangle and figure it out from there, because you know this apothecum is 5 feet from the edge, but that would just add a lot. So the one thing to know when you're dealing with regular polygons is the area formula is A equals 1/2 A times P. So remember, P is the perimeter, A is the apothecum. Okay, so, and what that is it is a line from the center to the midpoint of one side. Okay, so the apothecum that they showed us is 12 feet. We don't know what the perimeter is yet, so we need to figure out the perimeter. Now remember, the perimeter is going to be the number of sides of a regular shape times the length of each side. So it's an octagon. It's got 8 sides. Each side is 10 feet. 8 times 10 is 80 feet. So now we have the information we need to use our area of a regular polygon. So we know that the apothecum, A equals 12. We also know the perimeter is 80. So we multiply those and multiply them times 1/2, and we end up with 480 square feet. The cost of the flooring is $14 per square foot. So we take that square footage, 480 times 14, and the cost of their wood for the gazebo flooring is going to be $6,720.